Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Hi and welcome and good afternoon is what I'm trying to say. Rookie mistake to forget to turn the lights off. I'm not working today. I'm very tired. But yes, it's not the first time that I've forgotten to turn the lights. The lights. Why do I keep saying the lights? The sun on. I can. So yes. Renee says yes. Can hear you now. Yes, that is good. That is good. So I was just talking about the chat window that I'm still working on, and the overlay. I am still working on that. I will probably change. I'm just like feeling my way through everything, and the software that I use for streaming, it doesn't really handle this chat function on YouTube very well. So I'm trying to work my way around it, but it's quite limited. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do everything. I also said that, as you can see, I've turned the only subscribers can comment or take part in the chat, or if you want to take part in the chat, you need to be subscribed. I didn't know this was a function until fairly recently, but it's very helpful because it'll weed out the people who are like just trolls and the people who are just uh, uh, bots, things like that. So um, the book hermit, the others said that they had turned it on to keep out the riffraff. I thought it was a really fun word. So Renee, how are you doing? What are you reading today? How's the weather down in the southwest? I'm in the southeast of Norway, and here it's really warm now. It doesn't really help that we have like huge living room windows. So once the sun comes up and until like quite, yeah, sometimes in the afternoon, the sun is shining directly into the house, into the living room, and once it comes up on the other side, there's a kitchen window, and it's like an open kitchen, kind of an half open kitchen solution. So there used to be a wall there, but it was taken down, and that happened before we moved in. Of course, that was the one thing I was kind of iffy about with this house when we looked at it last year. But currently, I'm okay with that. So yeah, and the kitchen here is so much better than the kitchen we had in the flat in Oslo. If you don't know, I used to live in Grünerløkka, which is a part of Oslo, fairly central. So I love the location where I used to live, in as in like I liked the location in itself, though I didn't like the flat we lived in that much. It was it wasn't small, and it had quite a good storage space, but the kitchen part was super small, and this is a thing I don't really get, and I see it in a lot of like newer Norwegian flats and houses. Like the kitchen is, especially flats, the kitchen is so small. It's like they don't want you to cook in it, and as someone who really likes to cook and bake, I think like having a good kitchen is like so important. So that is something I noticed after we moved here, is that I do a lot of more cooking and baking. And I'm also less tired in general. I'm not saying that I'm not tired anymore, but I'm still less tired than I used to be because I had such a long way to travel to get to and from work. I was like, if I went home during rush hour, I always left early to kind of beat rush hour to get to work, and I also did the wrong direction from Oslo, because I took the train to Lillestrøm and then I took like the wrong direction or opposite. It was like the non-commutal way, if that makes sense. And then it didn't take as long. But when I did go home, I couldn't beat the rush hour because it lasts for like forever. And sometimes it could take like uh, an hour and a half to get home, depending on traffic, of course. Let's have a look at the chat, shall we? Renee says, riffraff is a great word. Sitting outside in the park. Oh, that sounds lovely. Absolutely lovely. Going to listen to the Sunbearer Trials. Oh, good choice. That's on my TBR. I'm not quite sure exactly when I'm getting around to it, but I'm probably also going to listen to it on audiobook because I'm not sure if I'll manage to get it as a book through Libby or the library. It's a recent book. Um, just bought AirPods. They were great, good. I can't do anything that I put into my ears because they fall out. I have really small ears, so when I used to try to have these that was a long time ago, but when it was like they were wired, and I put them into my ears, and it just kept falling out. So that wasn't great. Løkka is a great place. It is. It absolutely is. I think it's a lovely area of Oslo. And this year in June, it was actually Pride was actually there. And when I visit Oslo, I haven't been there as much, unfortunately, because I tend to stay in the city center much more. I mean, you have Outland, which is a great bookshop in the center of Oslo. But yeah. Van says, hello. Hello, Van. How are you? Are you in work? And are you leaving soon, maybe? So Renee says, I have a biggish kitchen. Don't use it often, but I have it. Oh, you should use your kitchen. Make food. I actually bought a crock pot, which is like a instant cooker slash pressure cooker. And I so you can do also like and it can also be like a slow cooker. And I bought it. I bought it secondhand from Finn.no. It's like Craigslist in the US, I think, similar. And I bought it secondhand, and I am super happy. I've used it so much. So that was a great investment. I also bought a bread maker secondhand that I like, but my partner doesn't like the bread that it makes that much. But it's really good with making dough. So I actually use it just to make the dough because it makes it so much easier. I just dump everything in, and then it kneads the dough and also raises the dough. So I can just like when the dough is done, I just like take it out and make loaves and put it on the tray and let it rise for another 30 minutes, and then I'll chuck it into the oven and it bakes. So, but I haven't done that in a while because we were on holidays and I was tired, and then I been poorly. So, and I still poorly. I am getting better, but today I'm super tired. But that was probably also because I went to bed much later than I planned on yesterday. I said I would go to bed. I think it was like in Noah's stream. I was like, oh, I'm going to bed, and then yeah, that didn't happen. I ended up watching Sex and the City for the umpteenth time. So there's that. Ven says, just dropping in while on my break. Don't forget to hug the like button. Thank you, Ven. Yes, please hug the like button. Gives it a thumbs up. Ven says, I love Sunbearer Trials. I have started book 2. Oh, cool. Yeah, I also enjoyed the Sunbearer Trials. But for a small detail, there was like one thing in the book that I didn't like, and Ben, you probably remember me talking about this I think I talked about it in my reading blog for the book. Mm, so Jenny says, "Good morning. I'm here, but I'm working." Hi, Jenny. How are you? Well, you can use the sprints to get super focused on your job. And then Renee says, "Hey, Jenny," and "Hey, Ben," and Ben says, "How are peeps?" Mm, and Renee says, "Well, to make food, you need money. Something I don't have much of." Actually, I'm really good at making cheap food. Um, because I also am used to, or was used to, having very, very little money. Um, and if you buy dried legumes like lentils and stuff like that, and you can get things like that cheaply, not meat. Meat is expensive. But if you have like dried legumes and stuff like that, like chickpeas, beans, lentils, things like that, that's really cheap. And you can if you have the dried one, you like soak them overnight and you boil them, and then beans and chickpeas, and then you can freeze them actually, and then you just dump them into whatever you're making, like a pot of something. And then if you, for example, make a chili, you can make like a chili with black beans and kidney beans, and one tomato, like fresh tomato, and then tin tomato or like box tomato, and you make a batch and make portions, and then you freeze it. That's actually quite cheap. Mm, so I am very good at making cheap food because I was like a librarian in Oslo, being single at one point, having very little money. But I gotten I even since I was a student, I was got really good at making cheap food. I think there is coffee in the making. 2 seconds here. I'll ask if there's coffee for me as well. Yes, I am getting coffee. So excited. So Renee says, where did I? Okay, I am good. Enjoying the sun, says Renee, and breeze. Yeah. Then says, technically okay, my break. I am getting bothered, but I am in a good mood as I got some work news that makes me happy. Oh, that's good, Van. Oh, good news is always great, says Renee. Agreed. I also think that. And then Renee says, I got bad news on Wednesday that affect me very much of the day. Oh, no. And then Renee says, good or bad news is important. Yeah. I'm so sorry about the bad news, Renee. If you feel comfortable sharing, please do, but no pressure, of course. Um, I I don't know if don't have you as a friend on Discord, Renee. Mm, feel free to add me as a friend on Discord. I'm Lunacha Books on Discord. You'll find me in Bokprat server. Mm, and then says, "Oh yeah, I remember. Only 50 pages in, it started quick. Oh, that's good." And then says, "Sorry, I had bad news." And then Jenny says, "I'm good. How's everyone? Yes, hoping your sprint will help me focus." I hope so too, Jenny. And then says, Renee says, "Now been a vegetarian since 2004. That is good." I'm actually vegan. And I've been vegan. I actually started out as pescatarian in 1996. And I didn't eat that much fish and seafood, especially not when I was a student, because that was expensive. So I was mainly vegetarian back then. And then in 2012, I went went like completely. I cut out all the like fish and seafood, and then uh, about almost 9 years ago, I decided to go vegan. And then Renee says use chickpeas often. Yeah, I love chickpeas. Chickpeas are yummy. Uh, uh, Renee says I know I can make food with less money, but would have to do it. I am a bit lazy. Yeah, well, you know. But if you kind of, it's like if you do make food sometimes. I also like if you can get something like a crock pot secondhand cheaply. That is, I highly recommend that because you can make like a big batch of food and you basically just press a button. It's like, it makes life so much easier. And then, and just chuck everything in and press a button and then and you can freeze things. Um, and then you can just like heat it up in the microwave or in a pot or something. Uh, Leonard says, I have cooking books, but they are just decorating my shelves. I also have a lot of cooking books or cookbooks. Um, and most of them, I very seldom use them for following recipes, but I like reading them, sort of like going through them, like, what do you say? Browsing through them or whatever you want to say, like just looking at all the recipes and then maybe get some inspiration to what to make. Ben says, going to have to vanish. Have a great sprint and great day, everyone. Have a wonderful day, Van. I don't know if I'll see you again during this sprint. If not, I'll see you on the Discord. And good luck picking up the kids, because I know you're going to pick up the kids today. Arena says the new son is helping with the new stuff. That's good. Says try to get a job, well, an internship. All right, no go, but not giving up. Yeah. You have a librarian degree, right? So getting a librarian job is very. Oh, thank you. Coffee arrived. I am so lucky. Also, this mug says the coffee is very hot right now, but just want to show a mug. I'm a reader. What's your superpower? Is what it says. But yeah, I don't know if you're able to move, Renee, because it's easier if you like uh, search for jobs in a wider area. But I don't know how stuck you are where you currently live. Some people have reasons for not being able to move, and that's fair. I've just been super lucky. The last few times I've applied for jobs because I've gotten the jobs. But then again, I have a lot of experience. I also do a lot of tech stuff, so that helps as well. So I'm an IT librarian in a public library. So Renee says yes, we'll check you out on Discord. Awesome. And I always want to make more food from scratch, seldom do. Yeah, one has to like, there's a lot of reasons why you might not like have the energy and things like that. Also live alone, so there's that. Yeah, I know a lot of people think it's very hard to make food, dinners from scratch when you live alone. I actually had some hacks when I lived alone in my previous previous life. It's not a previous life, but previously. And I bought like tortillas, and then I actually just like cut up like some stuff and put in, like I had some beans, I have like chickpeas because they were already cooked. So not chickpeas, but kidney beans, maybe some black beans. So these are like just things that are already cooked, and then cut up a tomato and some salad, lettuce, cucumber in the tortilla, and that's just like wrapped it. And then I had like a wrap, and it's like a super easy nutritious meal. Mm, I could move, but like to be here, I'm not sure that would help. I'm bad at it stuff. Oh, can you still hear me and see me? I got like an error message that told me that OBS was not running. Can you still see me? Okay, I'm going to see if there's the VPN is running in the background. If so, I'm going to kill that process. Ah. Okay, let's kill these processes. Hello, can you hear me? Is there anyone still here? Anyone still here? We had some Wi-Fi problems, so we lost our internet for a while, and then I had problems getting reconnected with my PC. So I don't know if there's anyone who are back. Probably not. Let's see what I can do about this. I'm not quite sure how this works. I'm going to just do some work behind the scenes. hello. Can you hear me? And is there like background music? I can turn the background music off, um, depending on. So, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mm. So yeah, very, very sorry about the lost connection. Oh, loud and clear. Good. How is the background music, Renee? Is it okay, or should I turn it off? I can turn it off. Um, no problem at all. Um, I'll turn it off, I guess. Oh, Jesus. So, so yeah, that was very inconvenient. The whole losing internet, and then I had problems getting it back onto my computer, my PC, when so um so yeah, back on my PC, I had to like do some background stuff on my some settings and stuff. I had to do. I think I had a VPN on my PC. I mainly got it to watch British TV, and then it stopped working for the British TV. And then I do have it on my phone, which will be helpful when I'm going to India. Mm. But I had coffee. I will actually have some lunch once we're going to sprints, I think. Um, so yes, sorry about that. So that should have been like an hour, hour of streaming that, and I lost like half an hour, and I'm super sorry about that. But it should be working. And Jenny is still here, and Renee is still here. I did. I sent a link to Sally because I have her on the Discord as well. Um, also, um, I think we should just go into a sprint, and then maybe people get back once the sprint is over. I've set the timer to 50 minutes, and I'm a bit excited because I have a new timer function on my stream that I hope is better than the function that I used previously. So, Renee says, walked a bit further just by the water now, calling waves. That's nice. That's nice to be by the water. Are you? Never mind. Official sprint. Good. Yes. 50 minutes. Okay. Sounds good. Yes. Good. And we're sprinting. Hello, hello, and we are back. If you might have seen in the chat that the internet is a little bit wobbly today. So during the stream I saw it disconnect and connect a couple of times, but I hope that moving forward there will be no more issues, but you never know. Oh, I'm spilling coffee all over myself. Oh, why am I doing that? That's very clumsy. I am a clumsy person. Anyhow, how did your reading go? Did you get to read anything? Did you do anything else? Did you maybe have a lunch, dinner? Who knows? I actually started the sprint with making and eating lunch. And then I did a bit of reading, and I am at 49% in my book, so almost halfway. So I'm enjoying this book, Tempest of Tea, as you can see on the screen on the screen here. To the This is right to the right. Jesus. Um, anyway, so did you read anything? What did you read? How much did you read? How are you doing with the reading? Mm. Also, if you want to chat, you need to be a subscriber, just a reminder. And it's purely to leave the trolls out. Um, and here it is a really warm day. I haven't really checked the temperature today, or I have, but it was early this morning, and then it was like 19, and that was like really early in the day. Oh, I'm almost sneezing, so I'm pinching my nose not to sneeze. Jenny, I managed to manage a chapter before I needed to go back to work. Yeah. How is work going, Jenny? Is it going okay? I don't know what you're doing. Do you want to share with us? No pressure, of course. I understand if people want to keep it private. Sometimes I wish I could work from home more than I do, but it is what it is, so I can't. Sally says doing housework, which I loathe. You and me both. I could never be like a housewife. I'm very glad that I have a partner and we can both do stuff. It's so much easier. Sally also say that I have a sore throat, etc. So canceled yesterday's and today's rehearsal. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mm. Oh, I hope you're not getting anything nasty and long lasting. I had a sore throat as well. I'm a lot better now, though, fortunately. But I'm really sick of being sick and ill and runny nose and coughing and all that jabaz. Jen said, work's going well. I work in recruitment, currently finishing off summer recruitment for all the teachers and support staff who have started this September. Oh, yeah, I understand that you start school in September in the UK. That is very late. So when do you like have your last day before summer break? In Norway, July is like the huge holiday month when everybody's on holiday. Well, not everybody, of course, because you need to get the wheels going. But a huge majority of people have their summer break in July. And people have like 3 to 5 weeks off in summer normally. I only had 2 weeks off, which is not normal. But I get a lot of goodwill because I want to work as I work in July, and the years I work both July and Christmas, I get lots and lots of goodwill, so I can almost get my holidays whenever I want to. I also I prefer traveling off season because it makes life easier and cheaper. Sally says I don't function well in mess, so my disinclination to do housework is not helpful. Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of us, Sally. I prefer not being messy, which you wouldn't guess if you saw my desk, but and I really need to tidy up my desk. But mm, I think I struggle a lot. A lot of the time, I struggle with the energy level, especially with migraine attacks and stuff. I'm currently in a very good period, though. In August, I had 2 attacks, I think. So far in September, none. And we're on the 6th, which is promising. So that's always good. Jenny says for summer break, we tend to be towards the end of July, then have the whole of August off. All right. Oh, that wouldn't work here at all. July is like the summer month. August is like most of the time when autumn starts rolling on. So, and the days gets shorter and all that crack. So, crack. It just makes no sense. All that stuff. Yeah, crap. I guess I wanted to say, but you know. Anyway, so yeah, we are very affected by the length of days. So I know that if you're like in the Manchester area, you tend to think that you have like shorter days during winter, but it's so much less than here. So here we have like super short days during winter, and during summer they're really long. So midsummer is like when it's like the longest day. So people normally they get like time off around midsummer. And that's when they start like I think the last day before summer break was 21st of June this year, and then first day of school, at least in the city was 19th of August. And then it's pretty much like autumn has started, so it makes sense. Sally says, I have a dread of September that dates back to when I was teaching in school. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I've actually done some teaching, and it's not for me. I was actually I've been a school librarian both in like on different levels, but like for teens among other like it's like grade. It's very hard to explain because I can't really compare it to Britain or anything. Because in the Norwegian school system is different. We start later in school and stuff like that. Mm, but it was like with teens, basically, I've worked with. And working as a school librarian, it's so different from working as a teacher, I think. Mm, so Jenny says, so do I, Sally, haha. Yeah, dreading September. September is just a month for me. There's nothing special about it, really. Mm, it's just one of those months. It's like autumn is like it's early autumn, so it's not bad, but it's like schools are like in full blast and everybody's back at work. So basically, and Sally says yes, it was grim. Yeah. Sally says 1 year I decided that August had 45 days, so that I didn't notice the start of September. Smart. Smart. Um, Ben says, I am free. Good. I guess you're about to go pick up the kids, Ben. It's good to see you pop by. It's very nice. You missed the whole me losing the internet connection, though, so that's at least a good thing. Uh, so that's good. And Renee, hello. Weekend for you. But I think Ven is working on Sunday, aren't you? I think. You're working on Sunday, am I correct then? Mm, so he says it's very, very warm. Yeah, I'm going to check the temperature once we go into the next sprint. I am hoping to squeeze in at least 2 more sprints before I end for today. Um, yeah, Renee says, I finished the first 2 chapters. Oh, Sunbearer. Oh, that's very good. Jenny says, oh, Sally, that sounds perfect way to get around it. Yeah, uh, it's kind of fun, isn't it? Sven says, a day I'm in work on Sunday. Yep, that's what I thought. Um, I really don't like those 1 day weekends, but because I was sometimes works Saturdays, but now at least I've managed to get a day off before the Saturday, like the same week before. I'm Most people where I work had the following Friday off, so they have a long weekend. But I prefer to have another day off the week before because I don't get as exhausted. It's something I want to do to try and see if it can affect to have less migraine attacks. Jenny says, hi, Van. And then Renee says, ah, poor you. And yeah, poor you, Van. But I feel you, I can understand. And then Van says, hi, Jenny. Renee says, where do you work, Van? Van says, and hello, all. And Van says, I work every Sunday, always off Saturdays, though. Oh, every Sunday. Mm, oh, that was tough. So Renee says I used to work in Saturdays, but just 4 hours. I liked it. Yeah, working Saturdays is not bad. It's one of the nicer days to work. But I I prefer if I can have I like having 2 days in a row off rather than just the 1 day a weekend. Um, Sally says, I am now officially too nutty to work. You're not nutty, Sally. Mm, I think Sally's a gem. By the way, if you don't know, I have set up a GoFundMe for. I'm not sure who of you were around when we were talking about Melody. So Sally was asked to foster a kitten that they found that was super malnutritioned and stuff like that, and to get Melody get back on her feet, the kitten. I set up a GoFundMe for Sally basically. Um, so I'm going to see. Did I? So I don't think maybe I didn't save the link. Yeah, no, here it is. So I'm going to send you a link. If you have a penny to spare to support the Melody Trust thing, you can have a look at the link as well. It'll explain everything. And we managed to raise 190 pounds. I think that's about 2,500 kroner, Norwegian kroner, for Melody. So I'm very pleased with that. It was like one person that actually managed to give or had the funds to give 70 pounds. I was kind of mind blowing. I haven't checked today though, but I just want to share the link in case somebody has a. And if you don't have any funds to donate, that's fine. I can understand people. Not everybody have the funds, but then maybe you could spread the link, share the link, maybe on Facebook or Twitter or whatever your social on. I've been thinking of. I need to share it on my Instagram, I still haven't done that, but I'm going to. So, uh, so Ven says, excuse me, Ven says I work in retail. Yes. Um, Ven works in a grocery shop and has a very essential, it's like an essential worker is what we call it here, I think. A very important job. Mm, so we're fed, which is super important. And Renee says yes, retailers work weekends sometimes. Um, Renee says I used to work in a bookshop. That's actually quite a nice job. So then says I think I have Friday, Saturday next week, and then I canceled half of my holiday the week after. All right. So you get that back then at some point. And Sally says, that's really appreciated. Of course, Sally. Of course. Really, really hope that Melody can stay with you. So that's the thing that Sally doesn't really have a great financial situation as you're on. I think you're on disabilities, right? And not a lot of income. I mean, they like people who are like on disabilities here as well. They don't have a lot of money. I know a lot about that because not because I have ever been, but I know people and how they make people, how they make like things to go to make ends meet. It's like heroes in my opinion. They were heroes. So that's why I want to support Sally and Melody, of course, so that Melody can actually stay with Sally because she was like this super scared kitten when Sally got her. She was like hiding behind the like some instrument cases, and that's how she got her name, Melody. And she's this lovely, cute kitten. So then says, I could cope better in the bookstore. I work in a supermarket. Yeah. I actually used to work in a supermarket when I was a student. And I worked, I think, like every Monday after, like, from from 6, I can't remember when I started. It was like 4 to 6 or 4 to 7 or something like that. Because the shop closed quite early back then. This was during the 90s. Mm, And then I probably worked a lot of Saturdays as well. And when you're a student, having these money coming in is like super helpful because you don't really have a lot of money. Not that I waste a lot of money anyway, because I'm trying to be frugal, but some extra money help when you're a student. Renee says I loved it. It's always been my dream to work in a bookstore, but sadly was let off. It's a pity. It would be good if you could get another bookshop job, of course, but I think with the sale, like all the sales going down, I think it's like very connected also. I think it's very hard because people buy less books because they have less money, and then they push up the prices of books. I think like a book these days costs like £40 in Norway, new hardcover books, and a pocket is like, yeah, I don't know, 15, 15, £20. So of course, when people don't have a lot of money, they will not buy expensive books, and then they don't sell, and then of course people are let off because they can't afford to keep the bookshops running. Uh, Renee says, though, of course, around Christmas you got the idiot customers. Yeah. Christmas time at the library, though, is so much better. Sally says, that was my friend Olivia, her mom, and her uncle. Oh, that's nice. other friends is bringing me a crate of cat food. Oh, that's lovely. And then Renee says, I know the feeling, Sally. Yes, I am. Yeah, you're on benefits. And Renee says, I am on welfare myself. Yeah. Then says, I have worked retail too many years at this point, 25 years now, I think. Yeah. Because you started right from school. And I I have done a lot of university courses and stuff, and but I actually was super lucky when I started my librarian degree. Um, I got a a job in a library when I was in 2002. So I've been working in the library for over 20 years now. Before then, I worked like as substitute teacher. I worked in the passport office, lots of different things. But yes, so I was super fortunate to get like a foot in the librarian world when I was a student, like the same year as I started library and information science. That was super lucky. So Vences hardbacks are top £25, but generally they are cheaper with offers, etc. Yeah. Um, New hardback books here, they are not on offer, that's for sure. And then Renee says, too many years, too many stupid customers. Yeah. Oh, hi Moonbook, how are you doing? I haven't seen you around for ages. What are you up to these days? How are the cat thing doing? Because you were volunteering in like a rescue for cats, didn't you? So Moonberg says, I'm going to read soon, maybe. I'm at a wedding. Oh, you're at a wedding. That's nice. Is it common to have weddings on Fridays where you live? Mm, I am okay. I've been poorly for the last few weeks, like a very, very, very nasty cold that is not refusing to leave. So I'm on sick leave, and I've been for almost 3 weeks. But I'm going back to work on Monday. But I'm sick, on sick leave for the rest of the week. I was supposed to work tomorrow, but I'm not. Ven says, to be fair, we are a small town, so almost all the customers are local. So idiot ones are rare. Oh, that's nice. That's actually really nice. That's super nice. Working in the library, of course, we have our like fair share of idiot patrons. But most of the time, people are really nice. And on Saturdays, most people are like really, they're not so stressed and things like that. They like have a lot of time. There's like a lot of families coming in. So the kids are like upstairs in the kids department, and the parents are kind of maybe upstairs, and then maybe one of them go downstairs to the adult section of the library. So yeah. Then says, they give me sweets. You're not supposed to take sweets for strangers, Sven. Didn't you know? Anyway, right. So I think we should actually go into sprint again. As I said, I will try to have another couple of sprints this session and see if I manage that. We're doing 50-minute sprint. Then says meh. Yeah, I'm just kidding, Sven. Anyway, we're going to go into a sprint, 50 minutes, and I will see you on the other end of the sprint. And we're back. How did everybody's reading go? How are you doing? I am at 60% in my book. I'm still reading. Oh, Tempest of Tea. No, I'm doing the wrong thing. That way. I'm not confused, like thinking, oh, I'm doing the right way, but no. So that's the book I'm reading. I I had it on my like hooked or like on my TBR. And I kind of realized that I probably picked it up from then, but I didn't remember that. But it was like one of the books that was on my to be read. I'm 60% in, and yeah, I think it's okay so far. It's interesting enough. There's tea, there's vampires, all good things. Mm. So how did you guys, how did your reading go? Did you read a lot? Or did you do something else maybe? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Also, a reminder that you need to be subscribed to take part in the chat. Also, if you really want to support me, you can buy me a coffee. I'm leaving a link in the chat and how you can buy me a coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. Well, right now I have tea. I have like just like a regular black blend called Gothenburg blend. It's a really good blend. And I added some dried chilies to it, so it's kind of really spicy. But I'm trying to build up my spice tolerance for India. Mm. And I'm still coughing. Lovely, isn't it? I'm sick of this cold. This cold. Anyway. Sally says, I have cooked an enormous pot of dal. Ooh, yum. I love dal. Dal is soul food, in my opinion. And it's very nice to have a big pot, I guess, so that you can like have leftovers and then you have food for days. It keeps well as well. It keeps well as well. Yeah, I love dal. I have a recipe for a sweet potato dal. I think I posted that before. Rainbow plant life. So Rainbow Plant Life has a lot of really good recipes. And I'm a big fan of her food. My partner has actually ordered her new cookbook, Big Vegan Flavors. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. It's like Indian, like yeah, it's vegan food basically and recipes. She does a lot of different things. So I'm looking at the recipes now, and Sally says I agree. Yes, it is really good to have a big pile of food. Okay, so vegan chocolate mousse, yum. And there's some cake recipes here. Ooh. Pancakes. I have several recipes for pancakes. Burrito bowls. Incredible vegan Thai green curry, chickpea curry. So the chickpea curry is just like spices, onions, Uh, pep Bell peppers. I can't eat bell peppers because I'm allergic to it. Super allergic. But she does have um, dal palak. Ooh, dal with spinach. Mmm. Yum. That looks good. Oh, yum, yum, yum. I'm going to paste the recipe for the spinach dal. It looks really yummy. Anyway, enough about that. As I said, I am now at 60% in my book. I'm very pleased by that. I am having one more sprint before we end. Um, and we should probably, if there's not like any questions or anything, I'm going to mm, start the sprint again shortly. Because there's no more comments here. Mm, so should we just? I'm just thinking I should just go back into a new sprint, um, unless any questions or comments or anything. So um, I am going to do a 30-minute sprint, I think, next time. Um, let's. Um, Hopefully that will work. 30-minute sprint, and then I'll come back and have a chat before I end for today. Today didn't really go as planned, of course, since I had the hiccup with the internet connection. But I'm glad that the link was like working and that it didn't like end per se, just that it was kind of lost for a bit. But it was like went up again. That was very good. No questions, says Sally. That's good. Um, uh, yeah, so just let's get back mm, to a sprint. And after the sprint, we'll have another chat before we end for today. Mm, I think we're going to have leftovers for dinner today. I made a big pot of pasta yesterday for dinner, and there's lots of leftovers, so we could have leftovers for dinner today. Um, so that's good. So, yes, let's go back into a sprint, and I will talk to you guys later on. Thank you, Christina. Thank you. Yet again, I forgot to turn my mic on. Sorry. Uh, no, you don't need to refresh. It was just me who forgot to turn the mic on. Very sorry about that. Very sorry. Thank you for the visit, and it's good to see you here. And it's like I talk, and then I feel like I'm talking into the void. uh, but of course, nobody will answer if I'm not unmuted. It's like a rookie mistake. It's like a second time today that I forgot to turn the mic on, or and I also forgot to turn it off at some point. It's one of those days. It's one of those days. So I was asking how everybody's reading went, and then nobody answered, and I still didn't get that I was muted. Oh well. But I just had the last sprint of the day, and I am going to finish up very shortly. I linked in the chat to a few sprints that are currently going on, as well as I've linked to the spreadsheet with all the lots of sprints. Probably not all the sprints, but quite a few sprints. Christina says I'm still in coffee mode. Yeah, I've had lots of coffee today actually. I now have tea. I'm at the end of the mug. So, but what I was talking about was, so this weekend I am probably trying to do very little because I'm still poorly, and I should probably relax. And Christina says, thanks for hosting today. Glad I caught the last chat a bit. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much, Christina. Next weekend on Sunday, I'm going into Oslo for a meeting for NorCon, which is a science fiction convention, science fiction and fantasy convention that is being held in Oslo. It's not yearly, but I think they try to do it yearly, but it's not yearly. And it's pretty much most of the time it's at the science library of the University of Oslo, which is a really good. They also have like a science fiction library in the science library, which is really cool. And guest of honor next year, it's going to be in June, and one of the guests of honor is T. Kingfisher, so I'm very excited about that. And I'll see how I will be able to help. So my mug says bat brew, because that's what I drink. Whether it's coffee or tea or something else, it's a bat brew. Sally says, I lost track of time and jumped out of my skin when you suddenly spoke. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry, Sally. Yeah, because I forgot to unmute my mic. Christina says, love it. Yeah, that was a gift to myself. When I left my previous job, was this a gift? No, I think I bought it myself. When I left my previous job, my then colleagues actually gave me a gift card with quite a lot of money. At Outland, and Outland is like a science fiction fantasy bookshop. It's like Lonely Planets in London, only slightly better. And turns out there's even like a Outland here as well, and they're actually moving in October, and there's going to be a larger location. The shop is going to be larger, and hopefully, I hope they will have more books. They also have like games and stuff. So. Yes, so I'm sorry that I was muted, and I planned on staying until streaming until 4 o'clock today. So I'm going to end this shortly. I don't know when my next stream sprint will be. I'll have to look at my schedule and stuff like that, and I'll figure it out. Um, it's better for me to do it during daytime due to the light. As days grew shorter, I need to figure out some lighting, I think, some way or other. And think. I'm stuffed, so I'm kind of. It feels like my whole head is stuffed, if you understand what I mean, because I'm stuffed. Can't think clearly. So yes. I think I'll end here. Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day or night, wherever you are. And I will catch you at some point. Remember to check out the sprinting spreadsheet. I'll leave it in the comments as well and the description box so that you can find another sprint. There's also some sprints in the chat if you're interested. So I will see you next time. Bye.